Hi, I'm Kathleen Rushhall. Our homeless population is rising in this country, and many cities just can't meet the needs of these men, women, and children. But in Albuquerque, New Mexico, there is a place for the homeless to go. It's called Art Street, and it's changing lives. It's called art therapy. It sounds simple enough. 1 minute a person exists on the streets in social isolation, with little hope. The next minute, whenever that finally does happen, they walk through Art Street's door. The potential to change their life begins, and the help is free. The Albuquerque Healthcare for the Homeless offers art therapy to walk-in homeless men, women, and children. So far this year, they've had 7,000 clients. The art therapy is only part of the system. Right on the premises, there are psychiatric and medical doctors, dentists, and vision care. 53-year-old Jimmy Lujan is one of the success stories at Art Street. Before he came here, he was a funeral director for 27 years. Then his wife was murdered, and his life changed.
The funeral and everything else, I kind of spun out, went into mania, depression, nightmares. I lost everything. Couldn't hold a job, wrecking cars, no focus, and eventually lost my apartment, lost literally everything I owned. Ended up on the streets, a lot of drugging, a lot of alcohol. Then about 2 years after being on the streets, I met a friend of mine who introduced me to Art Street, and sure beat the heat, beat the cold in the winter. It was a great place to come in, and got to meet the staff, and started to recollect everything that I had pretty well blanked out. I'd like lost memory, artwork, music,
because everybody has specialties here, and everybody's
family ties. I lost it all.
Once inside Art Street, Lujan's life changed for the better.
Then through Art Street, it was like my gateway into healthcare for the homeless. So I actually got help with my mental illness, and got on medication. And things just progressively, slowly got better. Starting to attend church really regularly. I met a wonderful couple through Art Street. He's a pastor, and his wife and him were so gracious as to house me. They actually rented a place for me for, I don't know, about 3-4 months. Received my Social Security, got my own place, I've been on meds. I became a mentor probably in like 09. About 09, became a mentor, and I've been here at Art Street, and I love the staff, and it's kind of reminds me of ants. When you put a bunch of ants in a bucket and they all try and crawl out, well, they'll try and help each other on the way out. So I do a lot of advocacy work.
Psychiatric nurse practitioner Aisha Pollan says once the homeless make it to Art Street, they soon receive the psychiatric and medical help they need. She says it's exciting to watch the changes as they get healthier. Daisy Larimer is another homeless artist utilizing not only the art therapy, but all of the other healthcare services on the premises.
When I was 15, I first became homeless because my mom, she's kind of on drugs, and she's never been there for me. So the first time I started coming to Art Street was when I was 15 years old, and I really enjoy it because the staff, they're very supportive, and if I come in here upset, they try to do everything they can to help me feel better, whether it's hugs or sitting there and just talking with me just to see how I'm doing. And they're very supportive, and I love to make art. I make jewelry like this. It's very calming and therapeutic for me. And right now, even in this hard situation that I'm in, trying to get my baby back, they still support me always.
how does the art therapy work for you?
It just helped calm my nerves down and helps me clear my mind so I could think straight, and so it's not cluttered with all the kind of stress and drama. And so in here it's a safe place and I could just relax.
Has it helped you to feel better about yourself?
Yeah, it has, because I get really excited when people buy my jewelry because that tells me they appreciate my artwork.
Jimmy and Daisy were two of the artists I met at Art Street who sell their paintings and jewelry at the Growers Market in Robinson Park on Saturdays. Here, Art Street staff set up tables with everything from pottery to handmade toys, drawings, metalwork, and much more. This was a good day for sales. All of the money raised goes back to the artists. Juliana Pelletier and her husband supplement their government assistance with the sale of their artwork.
We've been coming here approximately 8 years. We were homeless. We lived in Southern California, had 2 nice houses and lost everything, and ended up here with our truck, and we made it into like a covered wagon, and that's where we slept. And we found healthcare for the homeless through Joy Junction, and they got us on housing first. Now we're in Section 8 HUD housing, and we have Medicare and Medicaid and food stamps, and it's just HGH really saved our lives. And we love to come here and do art. It's such an outlet, and I used to be an interior designer before I had a mental breakdown, so it really kind of helps me to have the creative energy. It helps relieve stress, and it makes you feel like you're doing something that is constructive instead of drinking or using. You're doing something positive in your life, and hopefully other people like it and they buy it. And Art Street doesn't take any commission when we sell the art, so it's extra income, not a lot, but a little bit to help out.
22-year-old Quantan O'Neill just started coming to Art Street.
Native American handcraft.
And do you sell them?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been doing this?
I was born and raised. It's in my heritage. My mom, she started making them, and she said instead of selling drugs, just do this, and do legal sales and stuff. So, my dad, he's an artist. Just kind of grew up in the family and stuff.
Are you homeless?
Yeah, right at the moment, I just recently got out of being incarcerated.
Good to be out, isn't it?
Feels free.
Do you sell these, and does it subsidize your income?
Yes. I got a girlfriend, so, I have to take care of her too.
So where would you be right now if you hadn't come to Art Street?
Probably be doing drugs.
Has this experience changed your life for the better?
Yeah, most definitely changed my life, and not only my life, but other people's life.
Outside Art Street is a special memorial wall dedicated to the homeless. Anita Cordova, director of Albuquerque's Healthcare for the Homeless, explains its meaning.
It's a project out of Art Street, the program you've heard much about today. It's a great program. Annually, on the first day of winter, we celebrate the lives of people who've died while experiencing homelessness or having had experienced homelessness in the year before. The Office of Medical Investigators, our partners, our staff, we know who dies on the streets, and every year we add tiles onto our memorial wall. You'll notice it wraps around the corner under our stairs, and we'll be adding, actually in 2 months, our round from 2012. The first day of winter represents a time where it's dark outside, it's cold, and there's no place to sleep. It's a very hard time for people experiencing homelessness. So for our staff and our program, this is a wonderful way to memorialize and remember the lives of people who died while experiencing homelessness.
Jimmy Lujan believes that Art Street saved his life. If Art Street hadn't been here, what would have become of Jimmy Lujan?
Probably be dead. It was Art Street through my faith, and HCH. Because if I went to Found Art Street, there would have been no HCH. Therapy I get from this is I get my peace of mind.
How does this bring about self-esteem? How does this bring about dignifying a human being again?
I've been fortunate that with God-given talents that I've had, I've always made money. And then when I hit the streets and didn't have a damn thing, I had to panhandle. Now, I can sell these, and I feel good. And I sell a lot.
Like Jimmy Lujan, for each of the men, women, and children who enter Art Street's studio, the first step back to normal life may be as simple as drawing a picture. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, for Georgetown University, I'm Kathleen Rushhall.